What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here, and I'm back with another deck profile. Today's going to be my deck profile. I got first place again, back-to-back weeks with Invoked Dragoon. So you guys already know. I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it. First things first, we got the triple Alistar the Invoker. I don't know why, I just really missed playing Invoked, and it didn't get hit on the ban list. So if there's a time to play it, it's now, because God knows when it's going to get hit on the ban list or something. So yeah, pretty cool. Alistar, Search Invocation. It's best starter in your deck, so you always pretty much want to draw this guy. Of course, I'm playing the gold alternate art, so there you guys go. Triple Alistar, best starter in the deck. Best extender in your deck is Triple Magician Souls. This card is amazing. It just allows you to get another body on the board for Predator Anaconda. Verte Anaconda. It sends a Dark Magician because that's your only target. So it just kind of feels in with the Dragoon part of your engine because you're playing Dark Magician. So that's the free card you send to special summon it. There'll be games where you can also just special summon Dark Magician to like attack with it for damage. I did that one with when I didn't think I had enough damage. You just use it instead of special summoning it. You just send the Magician and special summon the Dark Magician. So yeah, pretty good. Card house also helps you dig if you draw a field spell, so you can like Magical Meltdown, get Alistar, and then reveal this to send Dark Magician from your deck to the grave, and then you use this card's effect to send a Meltdown at the worst to draw one card. It was free, so your Meltdown already got you to 1-for-1. So much Souls just turns into a +1 extender. So this card's amazing. Shout out to James for letting me use that still. Next up, we have another engine where we have the Trickstar Engine. We got the one Candina and the one Corbane. Cool fun fact today, when I was playing against Drytron, my friend Jesse, today I learned that if I draw Light Stage, it's an out to Vanity's Ruler if they don't have Herald of Orange to negate this card effect. So like you Light Stage, get Candina, normal summon, activate effect to get Corbane, and then you can freaking damage step, discard this from your hand to boost this to 18. So then it'll be a 3600 that can attack over Vanity's Ruler, so that was a really cool interaction that I didn't think would come up ever, because I play Impermanences and Forbidden Droplets, so that's usually my out to. But cool fun fact, you can Candina, search Corbane, and damage step Corbane to turn into a 36 attacker that attacks over Ruler. But of course, they can have Herald of Orange on the Corbane, and you just lose there anyways. So it's still cool that you have an out. So Trickstar Engine, there you guys go. Next up, we have the most generic hand trap. I'm still a fan of Ash. I always draw this in doubles for some reason, though, so I don't know. I might be cutting it to 2 someday, but for right now, I'm okay with triple Ash. This is super generic right now. Hits almost everything. Next up, we have the Dragoon Package. We have the 2 Dark Magician. I got Ernest right here on the right. He's loyal. He's the only one I draw. Shout out to Ernest for letting me borrow the other Arcana Dark Magician. But yeah, this is my favorite artwork because my favorite color is red. So Arcana Dark Magician just fit out perfect for me. You play 2, once again, because we're Invoked Dragoon deck. So Dragoon's very important, and if you don't play 2, then you draw Dark Magician, Souls is no longer an extender. So yeah, unless you decide to play Apprentice Illusion Magician Brick, which is a decent extender, but I'd rather not. I'd just rather play the double Dark Magician. Sounds weird, but you try it yourself, and then you tell me how it feels when you draw Dark Magician at 1 in your deck. Next up, we got the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Of course, I have the Dark Beginning art because this one's like the most red. Once again, theme, red, favorite color. This is my favorite art of Red Eyes. So yeah, double Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yeah, there you guys go. That's the Dragoon Package. You have to play those vanillas to win. So, duh, we're going to play the vanillas to win. Of course, you got 4 bricks in your deck. They're not always bad because you can hard draw Invocation and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we have the extenders. We got Monster Reborn, best extender in this deck. We got Harpy's Feather Duster, blow out back row decks because my locals is very back row dependent. I had to play Sky Striker today. Had to play Eldlick today. Like, you got to play against those decks. It's bad against Drytron technically, so there's a bad matchup in there. And we got Terraforming, Set Rotation. If you hit a field spell in an Invoked Dragoon deck, you're doing good. For the field spells, we play Light Stage, of course. The card's amazing. It actually helps you in back row deck games where you can turn off a back row by forcing it and targeting with Night Stage. And we got the triple Magical Meltdown, of course. You already guys know what this does. This card searches Alley Boy, and then they can't respond to your fusion summons with card effects when they're fusion summoned. And of course, they can't negate your fusion summon. So yeah, Invocations is really nice. We only play 2 because we don't play Desires in this deck. I found 2 to be good in this version. If you're playing like a Desires deck, you'll probably want to play 3. But you can't play Desires in Dragoon. It just doesn't work out. You banish your Vanillas, it's just bad. Banish your Red Eyes Fusion, that's real bad. But yeah, having Red Eyes Fusion, hard drawn, is actually just like okay. You can literally just win with Dragoon straight up. This plus Magical Meltdown is so nice. Like, they can't even like Solemn Judgment that, which is awesome. Red Eyes Fusion. Use it while it's at 3. And this card, if people don't know what this is, Magical Ice Fusion. It's pretty much another way to get to Dragoons after I sent 2 Vanillas to the grave already. Yeah, it's a Miracle Fusion for Dragoons. So you can banish the spellcasters. The fusions for the spellcaster fusion type from your extra deck. And there you go. You have another Dragoons, and that's how they die. Instant Fusion, of course. If I could play more, I would. Millennium Eyes or Thousand Eyes. Depends if you're going first. Millennium Eyes if you're going first, and Thousand Eyes if you're going second. Amazing. Next up, we have a little bit of a change. It's not much of a change, but we were playing triple Cosmic, but I found it to be a little unnecessary to have the 3 Cosmics and Harpy's Fidelity. It was just a little overkill, so I kind of cut it back down to 2. Still worked out. It's good. Cosmic Cyclone outs a lot of the stuff. Mind Control, of course, just in case we go second. This is still go first deck. It just happens to be that I actually have a good going second deck too, because I can OTK them with Dragoon's Ring effect, and you can pretty much kill them. The 1 call by, of course, I'd play more if I could, but it's at 1. This is the change. The Cosmic Cyclone, I just went back to triple droplets, because the only ways I really lose is if I see a Vanity's Ruler or something that doesn't let me play, and I need to negate it to play. And this card's not even bad setting it turn 1. You can negate a monster effect on their turn. Yeah, you can send like the Dead Predator Plant that's going to be sitting there with your normal combo. So droplets is amazing in this deck. Another thing someone asked me today is why do I play this over Dark Ruler? Because Dark Ruler, I can't kill them if I Dark Ruler them. This card allows me to OTK them the same turn I negate their stuff. So that's why I don't play Dark Ruler in this deck. Because Dragoons will have 0 damage on the ring, and they're going to still be alive. I'd rather just end the game. Of course, 2 Solemns if I go first. This card's amazing with Dragoons and Macabre and Solemn. They probably don't have a decent enough hand to break your board. And then the last card is Triple Impermanence. I just play this because there's nothing better than it, because if I go against the Eldic deck and I can hold Impermanence and use it for Macabre negates, so it's not even horrible against that matchup. And against, it's pretty bad against Virtual World as well. I kept drawing this against Virtual World, that sucked, but we got around it. But no, you use this card to negate off of their trap cards, so hold it with Macabre. Card's amazing though. If they have a bad hand and you Impermanence a monster effect, usually it can be good. Yeah, that's the deck. 42 cards. It changed a little bit. Just the Cosmic turned into the Forbidden Droplets for this tournament. It wasn't a big enough change to go crazy, but I'll finish out the rest. We got the Instant Fusion targets, the Thousand Eyes, Millennium Eyes, and then this is technically a target as well. We can play Kaliga, so that's an Instant Fusion target. These are Instant Fusion targets. Dragoon and Kaliga is a really good soft lock, just FYI. If you can't OTK, if you didn't can't OTK them for some awkward reason, then Kaliga and Dragoons is a really hard board to break any combo deck, because they need more than 1 monster effect and they can only attack with 1 thing. Purgatrio, one of the best ones. The Agaudis, this card's amazing. We got the 2 Macabre. It's going to be a part of your end board. You have to play 2 because if the first one gets outed, you got a second one. And the bread and butter, Invoked Dragoon. Well, you're playing double Dragoons because you generally summon 2 almost every game. The first ones to get there, they have to out it, and the second one will seal the game for you, or just OTK them. So either way, you still have to play 2. We play the Sakir Gardener and the Salmon Great Almirage and the Artemis. You play all 3 of these, so that way you can get your lights for Macabre and your 1 card Predator Plant Anacondas, or not 1 card Anacondas, 2 card Anacondas, but you can use it with Artemis and Alistar. Speaking of Anaconda, this is the bread and butter of the deck. Instant Fusion, Red Eyes Fusion, Magicalized Fusion. This is all those targets. You can play Super Poly too. If your locals has a lot of certain decks, then you can play Super Poly. But too many trap decks at mine to play Super Poly. And the last card is Nightmare Phoenix. 15 cards. Extra deck. I didn't ever need anything else. It was pretty good. And the last cards for side deck, still pretty generic. We got the Pankratops, the 2 Gamma Seal, the Jizukiru. Once again, I just used a different name because it's bigger. And I can pop it with Dragoons, and it'll hurt them a lot. 3,300. But you still play this because Makaba deals with that if that's all you have. You don't have Dragoons. We still have the double Nibiru, triple Lightning Storm, the Cyclone. I side the third one now. Mystic Mind for the free wins or the stall to get to your combo. Evenly matched for back row dot decks because my locals is full back row dot decks. And the Wee Woo button, which I drew twice today and won both games because I drew it. If you draw Red Reboot and you have Dragoons, you're probably going to win. So, wins games fast. Alright guys, that's pretty much about it. First place deck profile from my locals today. Undefeated. Yeah, pretty cool deck. Invoked Dragoon. It's a take from the Japan, like I said, guys. It's a cool deck. It was pretty much the deck they were playing when Dragoons was first introduced, and I'm just kind of just going with it right now with it in the TCG before we get it banned. But yeah, shout out to Ernest, shout out to James, shout out to all the local peeps at the Borough, shout out to the Borough for hosting tournaments for us so that we can play real life Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. We signing out with that. Peace.